Good evening from Anfield for the second leg between Liverpool and Barcelona for a place in the final that takes place in Madrid on the 1st of June. Barcelona 3-up, remember, from the first leg. A cracking free kick goal from Messi was the running difference. Suarez scored, Messi scored another one. Liverpool played well that afternoon, or that evening, but now they have to play the game of their lives. Remember, 3-0 down from the first leg of the new camp to 6 days ago. This is going to take a comeback even by Liverpool standards in this competition, and they've done a few in their time before. Who can forget 2005 when Milan looked as if they were romping away with it 3-0 up at half time in the final, and Liverpool came back to win on penalties. It will need a comeback of epic proportions as the teams emerge from this cauldron that is Anfield. It's magnificent, a magnificent occasion. Can Liverpool produce the miracle again? Well, they kept themselves in the title race on Saturday, but Manchester City then trumped them last night. Now can Liverpool pull off an heroic state of their own? There's no doubt about it, the Liverpool fans are up for this one. There's the Barcelona side as the Champions League theme plays in the background. But one thing is for certain, it's going to be a highly competitive game. Dramatic nights, don't get much bigger than that. Liverpool against Barcelona, can Liverpool do it? Well, we'll have to see, but a great atmosphere. Lionel Messi's never scored at Anfield, incidentally. Luis Suarez has said in the build-up that if he does score tonight, then he's not going to celebrate. But the two teams shake hands as a little bit of a smoke bomb going off at the Anfield Road end. Well, let me take a check on the two teams, starting with Liverpool. Alisson Becker starts in goal. Then a back four of Robertson at left back, Virgil van Dijk and Matip the two centre backs, and Alexander Arnold the right back. Then it's a midfield three of Milner on the right, Fabinho and Henderson playing on the right of the three. And then up front, Origi, Mane the central striker, and Shaqiri on the right. On the bench, Mignolet, Ronaldo, Lovren, Gomez, Danny Sturridge, Ryan Brewster and Ben Woodburn. Referee tonight, not one of my favourites I have to say, is Kudit Kakir. The VAR referee is Felix Schwerer of Germany, so he will have the honour of that. But I'm sure Kakir, it wouldn't have been my choice for referee. Turkish ref won't be used to the pace of this sort of game. Anyway, Barcelona line up as follows: Stegen in goal, the back four of Alba, Lenglet, Piqué and Sergio Roberto, midfield three of Rakitic, Sergio Busquets and Vidal, and then a front three to die for: Coutinho on the left, Suarez in the centre, Messi on the right. On the bench, Alisson, Semedo, Arthur, Malcolm and Titi, Thomas Bernard, the former Arsenal man, and Alena. Well, Alisson beaten 3 times last week, once by Luis Suarez, and there will be boos afoot for him and Philippe Coutinho, 2 ex-Liverpool men. Certainly there'll be a few boos for this fella there on your screen, Lionel Messi. There was calls by Liverpool fans for him to be barred as he seemed to punch one of the Liverpool players in the build-up to the third goal. So what an opportunity to the likes of Shaqiri and Divock Origi, of course, and a night that Brewster and Woodburn, even sitting on the bench, will relish as well. They might even get on at some point. And of course the comment section open for business. Barcelona in the old change strip of fluorescent yellow, Liverpool all in red. Barcelona attacking the Kop to our right hand side in the first half, Liverpool towards the Anfield Road, and what a match it promises to be here at Anfield tonight. A red hot atmosphere, a boisterous atmosphere, and the JB Claret YouTube channel is well up for this magnificent semi-finals. The winners of this, of course, play Ajax or Tottenham, who play at the Amsterdam Arena tomorrow. Little slip there, puts Suarez, Messi in straight away, the little magician running towards the edge of the area, but a great tackle there by Fabinho, getting back there. And it's going to be a real opportunity for Divock Origi. Got the winner against Newcastle on Saturday, of course. Milner hits the long ball forward, looking towards Origi, and Origi now turns, facing the defenders, ball played into the middle, Shaqiri across, and almost a perfect start within a couple of minutes for Liverpool. Well, Henderson almost getting on the end of that. Origi and Mane making the break. Excuse me, and across the face. And that almost turned out to be a great opening for Liverpool. Corner to the men from Anfield. Matip and Van Dijk have both forward from the back, I can see. What drama at the start. And now there's been a little bit of a held up here. Referee, the Turkish ref involved. And it's a clash between him and Robertson. Now this Turkish referee is not a man to... Oh, well, Messi was shoved there by Robertson. I don't know whether it was inverted or not, but Andy Robertson, he's not that sort of boisterous type of player. But he did catch Lionel Messi with his hands. Jake says hello, good evening to Jake. But we've played a minute, almost 2 gone now as the corner comes in. 3-0 from the first leg, don't forget. And Liverpool had a player go down there, but no penalty given. Henderson, the captain, now to bring it back to Alisson. Good evening, Jake. Well, it's going to be tough for Liverpool, but they've been in adversity in this competition before, and as we all know, on a semi-final night, remember Dortmund a couple of years ago, they looked dead and buried at one point, and then there were heroes galore. Who's going to step up in red and make themselves a Liverpool hero and a Liverpool legend? Because if you would fancy Liverpool if they got through, but it's very difficult at the moment. No Salah, because he didn't recover in time from his injury that you may have heard picked up at Newcastle. We covered that game. Liverpool will need probably some snookers from Brighton on Sunday if they're going to win the league. Vincent Kompany with a terrific goal last night that really might just have decided the Premier League title race. Liverpool play Wolves here on Sunday, but there will be no coverage on the JB Clark YouTube channel. I'll be attending live the Burnley game against Arsenal, as Chris Whiteman, my mate, has got tickets and we're all going. But I will be doing a review of that final day on a week on Monday, next Monday, and that'll capture the feeling of the season. But in a great title race, Liverpool are really giving it their good shot now. Can they put Ter Stegen under pressure? He made some great saves in that first leg. You might recall when Liverpool were right in the game at 1-0 and 0-0 at some point in the game. Anyway, Milner trying to play the ball through towards the penalty area, but Ter Stegen is on his medal on the 6-yard line to cover the ball up. A great atmosphere, a fantastic atmosphere here at Anfield, as it always is on these European occasions. Go back to that Borussia Mönchengladbach match back in 1977 when they were in trouble and David Fairclough came off the bench to score that famous third goal in front of the Kop. There's Jurgen Klopp, the manager. Bob Paisley was the manager that night, and there's his opposite number tonight, Jurgen Klopp. Esterno Valverde, whose side brushed aside Manchester United with considerable ease when we last covered them in the second leg some 2 or 3 weeks ago. They were absolutely sumptuous. Certainly I thought Coutinho had a smashing game that night, if I memory serves me right, as Piqué gets that forward looking towards Luis Suarez, but Alisson, the other goalkeeper, takes possession. He finds Andy Robertson. A little bit unfortunate not to have been, at least been booked there for what he did there with Messi. A little bit of a skirmish there between himself and the Argentinian. Piqué hooks it out for a throw-in midway inside the Barcelona half. 5 minutes gone here at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Barcelona 0 on the night. 3-0, remember, to the Catalan side on aggregate, as the ball comes forward to Sadio Mane again. Takes on a couple of Barcelona defenders and he wins a corner. And he wins it off Arturo Vidal, and it's going to be a corner kick then for Liverpool. Just coming up to 5.5 minutes of the first half. Remember, if it ends 3-0 to Liverpool at the end of 90 minutes, we will be guaranteed extra time. But any other type of score 4-0 to Liverpool, or a Barcelona goal will end that possibility of extra time. How lovely would it be if it did go to extra time? At least we'd have a late night here, and we want a good night's worth of football to bring you here on the JB Clark YouTube channel. A bit of jostling going on as Trent Alexander-Arnold swings the corner in towards the near post. It wasn't going to be his best corners, Trent Alexander-Arnold, it's got to be said, and then the ball back in towards him wasn't particularly good at the moment. Still no goals. Remember, I just well, I told you this about a minute ago. 0-0 on the night, 3-0 Barcelona on aggregate from the first leg. I did give the score, Jake, every 2 or 3 minutes just to remind anyone who's coming in late or whatnot, because we do get a lot of latecomers in, certainly halfway through a match. It takes a little bit of time for people to get up to speed with these streams, but here comes Henderson through the centre. Henderson shoots, it comes to Origi, and the goal is given, and Liverpool are in the lead on the night, but they pulled it back to 3-1, and Klopp believes, Liverpool believe, and they get just the start they so badly wanted. Anfield goes wide, and Divock Origi, who got the winner on Saturday night in the game we covered against Newcastle, has done it again here. Definitely onside as the shot came in initially from Henderson. Ter Stegen could only push it out with the right hand, and from 6 yards, Origi with the right foot, side foots it calmly and coolly into the net. And now Liverpool on the break again with Manny 1-0 on the night, and all of a sudden it's all happening at Anfield. Barcelona will not enjoy this. 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes gone at Anfield. What a start for Liverpool. They needed a good start tonight. Here's Luis Suarez, roundly booed by the cop, but a great challenge by Joel Matip, putting the ball out, and now Fabinho and Suarez having a set 2 over on the far side, and the referee, the Turkish referee, and Fabinho is unhappy with the decision of a corner. He thinks the Turkish referee is siding with Barcelona. Well, oh, this referee's a disgrace. Why is he even allowed to referee this semi-final? If it's the same referee that decided things in Greece against Burnley, then this man should not be refereeing at all. Why, oh why, UEFA have to employ a Turk who doesn't know the pace and ferocity of a semi-final? Barcelona corner into the penalty area. Headed away. Remember, just to remind you, Liverpool won. In case you missed it, a goal from Divock Origi in the 5th minute puts Liverpool ahead in the game. On the 9th, it's that ball is, oh, and it almost found Origi the back pass. It almost led to a Liverpool second. Barcelona here look rattled. Here's Shaqiri now inside deep inside Barcelona territory. They're up for this tonight, Liverpool. You can tell. The fans are definitely up for it. Well, one thing Barcelona won't do too much is panic. They made 11 changes during the weekend game, knowing that the La Liga title was won weeks in advance. So you would think Barcelona would be the fresher side. Remember, this is a Liverpool side, just to remind you, without Bobby Firmino, Naby Keita and Mo Salah, who got injured at Newcastle on Saturday. This is Sadio Mane into the penalty area. He goes down. Referee says get up. But there was no great appeals, to be fair, by the Liverpool players. And game on it is. Here's Milner now picking it up midway inside the Barca half, but he has to go back to Virgil van Dijk on halfway. And he hits a long 45-yard diagonal pass. He couldn't find Trent Alexander-Arnold over on the far side. And that's a throw-in now. Was this a penalty? Well, I have to say, I think Mane might have a case there. I think the referee got that wrong. I think Roberto had a fistful of shirt there. I don't think this referee should be allowed. I mean, I'm not being biased against the Turks or anything. He's probably a good referee in his league, but I'm afraid that's a clear penalty. He's tugged his shirt a couple of times, and I believe that should have been a penalty. As Mane goes through again and Ter Stegen cuts it out, it will be a Liverpool corner. And Fabinho's disgusted again with some of the gamesmanship from Suarez. He has that tendency to wind people up, Luis Suarez. If he's making a meal of it, then it's ridiculous. And Busquets, who's the biggest play actor of the lot, is involved. That's a good tackle. Why is Suarez making a meal of this? If the referee has given a free kick against Liverpool there, then that's a disgrace. Liverpool, and that, well, that sums this poor referee up, right up there. Suarez has cheated to get Fabinho in the book. The referee, I'm afraid, is a disgrace to his profession, and I believe even after this match he should not be ever allowed to referee a football match ever again, because some of the decisions he's made against Fabinho have been absolutely disgraceful. He's not given a clear and obvious penalty to Liverpool, and Luis Suarez has conned the referee, no doubt about it. He has that reputation. But Liverpool, more important than that, lead 1-0 on the night, but they do trail by an extra 2 goals. Still 3-0, 3-1 from the first leg. So Barcelona still winning on aggregate, but Liverpool are putting in the hard graft, and a fair tackle from Fabinho has hardly been booked. This referee is not good enough. 10 years ago, almost to the day, Barcelona went through on 6 or 7 very, very questionable refereeing decisions against Chelsea, who should have been in the final because UEFA did not want an all-English final. But this is the goal again. Ter Stegen, poor goalkeeping from him. But Liverpool are on the board. They can do it. They're up for it tonight. It's just a shame the referee's having an absolute stinker. Why in the world did UEFA feel the need to appoint a Turkish referee? I will never know. And if it's the same referee that conned Burnley in Athens all those months ago, then why is he still fit enough to referee a big semi-final like this? Also, I think he refereed one of the England games where he absolutely messed up as well. I'm not sure which one it was now, to be honest. Here's Fabinho, very unlucky in my opinion to have been booked, because Suarez conned the referee. And I don't say that to be biased against Barcelona, because they're an excellent team, they're a terrific side, but some of their gamesmanship and their play acting is disgraceful. And they don't need to do that, because their skill and their endeavour and their world-class players alone should be enough to win a football game and see a game out, not rely on very favourable refereeing decisions. And that's the trait I don't like about Barcelona. They're a terrific team to watch, terrific players. Obviously Messi is a terrific player, so too is Suarez and Coutinho on their day, but I'm afraid Suarez is not winning any friends, and that should have been a free kick as well. What is this Turkish referee doing? He's just not giving Liverpool any decisions whatsoever, and Barcelona just getting away with it. Now that looked suspiciously offside against Luis Suarez, who's being roundly booed. Now Alba plays the ball back, shot comes in, tipped over by Alisson, and Liverpool survive. It was Messi with the shot from the edge of the area, and if that had gone in, that might have been curtains for Liverpool. Well, maybe he wasn't offside, to be fair. It did look from the first angle we saw it from that he did look offside, but he was probably just about level with Luis Suarez. Then Alba pulled a lovely ball back from the left hand side, and Messi to the right, left of the penalty spot, hit the right footed shot. It was well saved. Into the penalty area, the corner goes, and it's tucked away now. Shaqiri to bring it away for Liverpool. Divock Origi's got the goal at the moment that divides the two teams on the night. 1-0 with just coming up to a quarter of an hour gone. Valverde's team, no doubt in my mind, rattled, but have been helped by 1 or 2 controversial refereeing decisions. I felt they should have had a penalty given against them, and Fabinho should have had he should never have got a yellow card, because it was a fair and honest challenge on Suarez, who just had to make a huge meal of it, didn't he? But anyway, it's 1-0 Liverpool, a long ball forward. I've got to call the game as I see it, and it's not against. I'm not pro Liverpool, and I'm not biased towards Liverpool in any form of the commentary. I'm just calling it as I see it. But I got to stress, Barcelona are a terrific team, and really they don't need the referee's help, because they've got world-class players in their side. There's no question about that. They don't need refereeing helps. Questionable decisions against Liverpool tonight, but they've just got to play the game and just be patient. They've got what they needed, an early goal scored after 6 minutes by Divock Origi that puts them back in the hunt. A second one before half time would do just nicely, but they've just got to be patient, not get too frustrated by any gamesmanship that Barcelona might try on them tonight. But Barcelona were quite unsettled overnight because at 4 AM in the morning there were some Liverpool fans reportedly lighting off fireworks right outside the Barcelona hotel where the Barca players were sleeping. Meanwhile, the flag has stayed down, and a chance here for Messi. Well, that looked suspiciously like offside initially as the ball was played, but it didn't come to anything, and Messi had the ball taken off his feet just inside the penalty area when he was about to possibly pull the trigger on Liverpool's Champions League hopes for this season. But it's Liverpool who have it on the far side with Shaqiri. Shaqiri looking to get the perfect ball in. Big night for him. Santi for Rodriguez performing magnificently. And Robertson now to Milner, deep inside Barcelona territory. Then back to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk now to Joel Matip, who gets the nod over Lovren. I thought Lovren might just get the nod tonight, but he's on the bench. Just to remind you of the benches: Mignolet, Ronaldo, Lovren, Gomez, Sturridge, Brewster and Woodburn, the two youngsters that have come through the ranks. Barcelona substitute: Sillerson the keeper, Nelson, Arthur, Malcolm, Samuel and Titi, Thomas Malala, the former Arsenal player, and Elena. Here's Mane now, he's just switched to the right hand side. He's up against Langley and he plays the ball into almost towards Divock Origi, hooked away there by Gerard Piqué on the edge of his own 6-yard line. Then the ball is chipped in again towards Mane again, but once again Barcelona defending rather stoutly and rather cutely as well at the moment. They know they can't afford another goal before the break, Barcelona, or another goal concession against them, so they need to rely on some magic here from Messi, who's darting through the middle, and he's picked out Suarez, who shoots, and picked out Coutinho, who shoots, and it comes to Suarez after the save from Alisson, but the angle had died on him. Still Barcelona have it. Rakitic plays it out to the far side, and now problems here as Alba plays the ball in, and Messi was going in there as well, and Alisson had to get there. It was Billy Coutinho originally with the shot, and Alisson Becker, who to give him his full name, had to dive full stretch away to his left to tip that away. It was a marvellous save by the Brazilian, but it's a corner to Barca. And here it comes, Coutinho to swing it into the near post. Shaqiri was there first, but it comes out as well as Messi shoots with his left foot, and he hits it just wide of the right hand post at the cop end, away to my right, and thankfully from a Liverpool point of view, behind for a goal kick. Chances are plenty in this game. It's non-stop Mardi Gras. 18 minutes gone here in this second leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-final. The European Cup is the reward on offer for the winners of this one tonight. On aggregate, of course. Liverpool leading 1-0 on the night, but trailed by 3 goals to 1 on aggregate. So they've pulled one of the 3 goals they need back, but they need to score twice to even force an extra half an hour of this. But they've got plenty of time. We've only had nearly 19 minutes. And there's still a lot of time to go. As long as they don't concede one, but next makes the job a little bit more harder for them. There will be a lot of luck used up as Shaqiri goes charging in, Anderson goes charging in there, and he feels that the decisions are going against him there. Busquets is the man who's fouled, and well, he's certainly a massive play actor. Number 20, in fact. Roberto that went down, not Busquets. Well, that's a disgraceful decision from Kakir again. 4 decisions I've counted on the fingers that have been absolutely diabolical from this Turkish referee. Why on earth is he still allowed to referee a big semi-final or a final like this? The man should have been struck off years ago. He's simply put not good enough. Purely and simply, he's not up to the standard of a semi-final. The Turkish league is of a very poor standard compared to the Spanish league and the Premier League. I'm sorry, but he should not be allowed to referee a semi-final of this magnitude. It's almost as bad as the Norwegian referee in 2009 when Barcelona visited Chelsea. On all those bad decisions went against Chelsea. Are we going to see a similar situation here tonight? Liverpool 1-0, Barcelona 0 on aggregate, and it's 3-1-0 to Barcelona. You can't say that the referee decided things in the first leg, because he didn't. Oh dear me, another foul there, and who's gone over like a signed swan? Mr. Suarez again. They don't like it, Barcelona. Well, I think Suarez buys a 3 kick. I know Milner doesn't get anywhere fast, but I think the whole thing is a complete shambles at the moment, and well, make up your own minds, to be quite honest with you. I think Barcelona have absolutely been appalling tonight in the way that their gamesmanship, and they're 3-1 up. They don't really need to do this. This is disgraceful. They don't need to do this. This is what annoys me about Barcelona, because they are a terrific football inside, and you watch them and you marvel with them, and you know, but then you see the dark arts of Barcelona and you just think, why, oh why do they need to do this? We've just lost we've had one or two technical faults. We will bring you the match back in a second or two, but you know, but let me remind you of the scoreline in case you joined us late. No, of course, no Salah, because he didn't recover from that injury picked up at Newcastle. But his replacement tonight, Divock Origi, has been a top draw. He's scored the only goal of the second leg so far, which gives Liverpool that edge really in this semi-final. And really it is a semi-final that's had everything in it so far. Plenty of opportunities, plenty of excitement, and plenty of drama here. And the fans are getting right behind their team at the moment. We will get action back and we will continue the commentary, but so far so good for Liverpool at the moment. We are back with the footage, and 22 have been played. 22.5 minutes played. We're halfway through the first half. Liverpool 1, Barcelona 0 on the night. 3-1-0 to the Catalan side on aggregate. Suarez wanted a free kick. Referee this time was wise to it. And then here goes Mane. And Mane will get the cross in. It will come here for Robertson. Robertson shoots, palmed away by De Stegen, and Liverpool so close to a second. And then Suarez again tries the dying swan act, and he's given the free kick. What a disgraceful decision from Kakir, the referee. Now, it was never a free kick against Virgil van Dijk. Suarez, he's hardly touched him, and Suarez, the dying swan he is, has conned the Turkish referee. This is a disgrace. A disgrace from Suarez, a disgrace from Kakir, the referee. And I've got to be perfectly honest, Barcelona are getting away with blue murder tonight with the refereeing decisions. It's angering me, it's frustrating me. Referee, get it refereed fairly. He's a disgrace to refereeing, this Kakir. I've never known a referee like him. Makes our English Premier League refs look like saints. Makes Mike Dean look a saint as well. Anyway, back with the game. I am getting... My enjoyment of the game has been spoilt by a picky referee and Luis Suarez completely overacting things. Wonder if he's been taking lessons from Busquets. Anyway, back with the action, and it's Divock Origi on the far side. He's a good cross though, but he can't find Mane inside the penalty area. I have to say that the referee's performance in the first half has been an absolute disgrace, and Suarez, I think, should have been booked by now for diving. Just to remind you of the possession stats, 55% Liverpool and 45 Barcelona, and it's not often you see Barcelona outpossessed, even at this stage of the game. When we got past the halfway mark really of this first half. One ball forward, again looking for Suarez, but well defended there by Andrew Robertson. Now Alisson, who's of course played in goal in the quarterfinals when Barcelona went to Roma last year and overturned a 3-goal deficit, and they won by 4-0. Well, in fact, they overturned a 4-1 deficit to win 3-0 on the night and win on the away goals rule. And now Jordi Alba has it on the far side. The ball flipped into the penalty area. Now Mane wins possession. Mane hooks the ball away. And Russ has actually texted me off air, and he's actually agreeing with my theories about the refereeing at the moment. I couldn't agree more, Russ. Kakir was not... as soon as I saw his name, as soon as I heard he was announced as the referee, I knew straight away controversy, that man is never far away in European nights like this, and how the UEFA persist to use him in big semi-finals or big finals is anybody's mystery. He should not be allowed anywhere near that sort of match in my book. And we can have opinions on the referee all we want, but at the moment what really matters is the scoreline, and I'll bring that to you again. Liverpool leading Barcelona. Divock Origi after 6 minutes, if you've joined us a bit late. He scored after 6 minutes, after the initial effort from Henderson had been well saved by Andre ter Stegen, and he couldn't miss from 6 yards. But Barcelona still leading on aggregate by 3 goals to 1. And in the second half, just to remind everybody that the JB man of the match again will be open for operation from the 65th minute onwards. Your chance to choose man of the match, and the vote will close after 90 minutes regardless of whether we have extra time or penalties, which could happen if Liverpool win 3-0. That's the only way we can have extra time tonight, and if it still remained that same scoreline with a 3-3 aggregate, then we would have a penalty competition. But we're still a long way from that at the moment, as Barcelona come forward once again with Roberto inside to Vidal. He hits it over the halfway line again, looking for Suarez, but he wasn't found once more. And I'm on the chat on YouTube too. Yeah, we'll keep the chat on YouTube, Russ, if you don't mind, and then we don't have to read too many messages. Let's keep the concentration. Let's keep the conversations on the YouTube. As I say, it's open for business. Anyway, back we go to the game, and it's Jordi Alba on the far side, deep inside Liverpool territory. Ball played in. Here's Messi on the edge of the area. Still a danger, still a threat. He doesn't need a referee to decide matches. He just decided on his own. Messi chips the ball into the penalty area, looking for Alba, who rocks it back across, and Robertson has to turn it behind it. The ball just bisected, and now Henderson having a word or two with this referee, who's having an horrendous night so far. Look at that from Coutinho. I think that's a foul there, and that should be a free kick. As we see, in fact, it was Rakitic who knocked the ball back, and Robertson had to hook it out for a corner. 28 gone, and here's Roberto back to that brilliant Lionel Messi. Messi chips that in towards the far post. Comes out again to the edge of the area. Vidal's there, but the flag is up for an offside decision, and a few ironic cheers around Anfield. Luis Suarez, the man, ironically caught offside, and he was offside. In fact, you could pick 3 Barcelona players at being offside there, and for once the Turkish officials get it right. I'm amazed Liverpool really didn't get a penalty there, because in the first instance I would have gone to VAR if it was me. I'm desperate to turn a 3-goal deficit, and you want to get it back as soon as possible. Liverpool don't need to panic. There's 2 Barcelona players on the deck, and Liverpool had a fantastic attack. These are not injuries. If these are, this is clearly not an head injury. Surely there is one player holding his head, but if it's anything lower than the head, then that referee should not have stopped the game. This is getting ridiculous. Is this sort of stupid time-wasting tactics from Barcelona? Was this a necessary head injury? Well, Alba goes for the ball. Well, it's clearly not a head injury, because they're going with the body. Unless he's collided with his head on the follow-through. He may have done, actually, but I think they've done that on purpose to waste a bit of time. This is stupid. They don't need to do this, Barcelona. He's absolutely fine. He's trying to make it look as if he's been about 15 rounds with Mike Tyson. I'm getting fed up with this referee. He's getting too picky. He's trying to write the name over he's write his own name over this. Well, I'll tell you what, there has to be a standard of refereeing in Europe, or even the world, and obviously Kakir, the Turk, really falls short in that department for me, and I've said this for many times now. Why does he get all the big games when there's better referees out there who deserve it more than he does? His performances over the years have not been good enough. Now, is he going to stop the play? Fantastic. Well, at least he's been fair this time. Henderson is holding his knee. He had to stop it then. If he stopped it for Barcelona, he's got to stop it for Liverpool. But it's another worry Klopp is anxious down below me, and Jordan Henderson looks in serious pain. This is what happened. Turned away, and it was, well, no, it was a complete accident. I don't think you could blame anybody there. It was just momentum. He was off balance. He had to run into the Barca player. Well, maybe he shouldn't. Well, maybe the Barcelona player should have actually tried to skip over him there. I think that could have been avoided there by Lenge. And if well, I just wonder, are these deliberate tactics from the Catalans? And it looks as if Gini Ronaldo will be coming on for Henderson. I'm hearing from Russ Vernon, and that is a blow, because I think that injury was easily avoidable if the number 15 Lenge got out of the way and jumped over Henderson. He could have hurdled over Henderson. This is the problem. Barcelona are looking for every trick in the book to try and get themselves through, because they know they're going to be well up against this tonight. They're 1-0 down on the night. Liverpool needing 2 goals, and now the skippers have had to go off. It's a disgrace. I think Barcelona's tactics tonight have been disgraceful. I think the referee has been a joke. I think Kakir needs to be struck off all refereeing appointments and be sacked as a referee, not just in Europe but in Turkey as well, because his standard of refereeing in a semi-final of this magnitude is quite purely and simply, and I'm not going to pull any punches about his performance so far in the 32 minutes that we've been playing, is simply put not good enough. Meanwhile, Jordan Henderson is up and about, and he's getting a good round of applause from the cop. And yeah, it looks as if Henderson might be okay anyway. Liam is on, saying I think he's fine. Oh, well, let's hope he is. From Liverpool's point of view, they need their inspirational captain. He's a tough cookie, Jordan Henderson. He never goes down very lightly, unlike certain Mr. Suarez does, the dying swan he is. And well, sportingly, Liverpool give it back to Barcelona, and Jordan Henderson will rejoin us out on the field. Now then, your performance, Mr. Kakir, the referee, has been abysmal. Use the next 60 minutes or so to actually referee this properly. Because so far he's been rather too strict. I think he's trying to penalise Liverpool for absolutely nothing challenges. And you know, UEFA need to pick fairer referees for semi-finals, and this has been a stupid idea of, I don't know who's FIFA president at the moment, UEFA president, but they need to start being a little bit more transparent and a little bit more fair with regards to who referees what game and the business end of a tournament. It should be the best Italian official or the best German official even that should be refereeing a game of this magnitude, not a Turk, not a Turkish official. I'm sorry that they've not been up to the standard required for a big semi-final. They cannot clearly handle a big game such as this. It's a high profile match, and this is a European Cup final they're playing for, high stakes, and the referee needs to be spot on from minute one, and I'm afraid Kakir has not been. But here come Barcelona. This is Suarez, roundly booed again as Messi now runs forward, but he's stopped by Henderson, and then he's stopped too by Vidal. Now Milner wins it back, no foul. Good decision for once by the referee as Origi. Oh, that's a foul on Origi! It has to be! Oh, he's telling him to get up! Origi was clearly hit by Lenge there. It should be a free kick! Why is not a free kick? The referee's getting beyond a joke! Refereed this fairly and squarely. I can't believe this. I just literally cannot believe this referee. How in the world can you not give a free kick when Divock Origi was clearly taken out by that Barcelona player like he was? He was almost poleaxed. And the other end, we've got Messi going forward. Messi through the centre, plays the ball to Suarez. Now Roberto. Roberto's cross turned away by Van Dijk, only as far as Roberto on the right hand side. But then Van Dijk again perfectly positioned to head the second cross away from Roberto. Barcelona are getting away with referee murder. And at last, Liverpool get a decision. The ironic cheers from the crowd. And it was Mane. I was getting a little bit excited. But this should be a bookable offence. Look at that. That's a bookable offence for obstruction. He has to be in the book. Now this Mig, oh, that's ridiculous. His arm is out. He knew exactly what he was doing. There had to be a free kick. How is Kakir in the position he was in? And he was in a terrific position. Could not see that. The referee, in fact, needs to take an eye test tomorrow because his performance has been substandard. And I'm getting towards the point where his refereeing has been so ridiculous where I want to swear at him and call him all sorts. But I can't do that because it's a family show. But at the moment, he's driving me bonkers and he's the reason why I'm not really enjoying this as much. But here's Mane's cross from the left-hand side. But there's no really body in the middle. But Liverpool now must rise above it. Fabinho, they can still do it. The ball looked in there just too close to DeAndre ter Stegen, and he takes the ball comfortably in the 6-yard box. It was Shaqiri who put the ball in from the right, but as I say, ter Stegen taking the cross very, very easily. Well, you can tell what the Liverpool fans make of this referee. Not only will they be booing Suarez and Coutinho, of course, but they'll be booing Mr. Kakir, who's been a disgrace in the 36 minutes that we've been playing. I think he's been the villain of the match, and I think, well, I mean, we might have to dust off the JB Villain of the Match award, because I think I can safely say who the Villain of the Match might be. So we might have to vote for two awards tonight: Villain of the Match and Man of the Match. But as I say, we'll do that in a little while in the second half, after we've all calmed down and had a bit of a break at half time, which was now just about 9 minutes away. Liverpool 1, Barcelona 0 tonight is the scoreline tonight, but Barca still leading 3-1. Those 3 goals in the first leg still sufficient by fair means or foul to put still Barcelona into the final, where they'll play neither Spurs or Ajax of Amsterdam, who play their second leg tomorrow evening in the Amsterdam Arena. Ajax leading from the first leg. Van der Beek's goal in the first leg is the difference at the moment between the two sides as they face off in just over under 24 hours now. Spurs training as we speak, or have been training today in preparation for tomorrow's game at the Johan Cruyff Arena, now they call it, not the Amsterdam Arena. Here's Henderson taking it forward for Liverpool, finds Milner. First touch a little bit heavy, but he turns very nicely there. Now Shaqiri playing the ball forward, and now it's the opportunity now for Mane to run at defenders. Mane now trying to chip it. Milner will get possession. Shaqiri wanted the ball in the central position, midfield position, and Mane has now stupidly lost it to Vidal. No, I don't think there's any meaningful games tonight. All the league games have been finished. All the playoffs start in earnest, of course, on Saturday, and we'll be all over them all weekend. And of course, no Premier League action, just Champions League tonight, and then Europa tonight and tomorrow, and then Europa League on Thursday. Now with another injury there, Andy Robertson has gone down in a bit of a heap. Virgil van Dijk consoling him. Now he's holding his ankle. Not sure what happened here, and I'm just looking closely what happened here. Oh, Suarez has kicked out! He's kicked out, Luis Suarez! This man is a joke! This man should be sent off the field! The stunts he's pulling again tonight is a disgrace! Suarez should be off the field! The stunts he's pulled, he's clearly gone with the intentions to take out Andrew Robertson, and he can go around and start playing innocent parties. But Luis Suarez, if he had been sent by the officials, should have been sent off the field. The man is a disgrace. The man should be in prison for what he did 4 or 5 years ago in the World Cup to Chiellini. If he'd have done that on the street, the man is a thug. The man is a thug. He should be sent off. Absolutely disgraceful. I'm absolutely annoyed that Barcelona would go out and out to do this with a 3-1 aggregate lead, and he's gone with the intentions to take out Andy Robertson, who, to be fair, has got back up on his feet. He might be okay to continue, but I'm afraid Luis Suarez is not winning any friends in this ground or with this particular commentator. Play the game fair. I'm afraid Mr. Suarez is certainly not playing the fairly tonight, as Alisson had to hook it away second time round. Well, with 5 minutes from half time, it's all happened here. Just the one goal, Origi, after 7 minutes, putting Liverpool ahead on the night, but trail still by 3 goals to 1 in aggregate. Barcelona taking a 3-0 lead, remember, coming into this second leg. Here's Rakitic now through the centre. This is Messi. He's no cheat. I think we can all agree on that. Vidal back to Messi. Messi is a terrific talent, as Messi again takes possession. He finds Roberto. Roberto now finds Vidal on the right hand side. Back to Roberto once again. And Barcelona are not are absolutely frustrating Liverpool here at the moment. That's a poor ball really from Roberto. Now Liverpool must rise above all this ridiculousness. Suarez is a cheat. I think we can all agree with that, Jake. As a long ball comes forward, he certainly has in the first half, and I think Kakir has to look at this refereeing performance. I tell you what, if VAR had been used for that, I think Suarez would have gone. But they're not using them sort of decisions off the ball incidents for VAR, which is a real shame, because Suarez, in my opinion, could have been sent off. Mane might get on the end of it as the ball was played back there by Piqué, but it wasn't a back pass, and Ter Stegen was well within his rights to take the ball. Crazy Peter Gaming says hello, good evening. It's not 1-1. I think he's predicting it's 1-1. I think, but. Let's not the comments section here, I think we might have a villain of the match here, and we might have 2 contenders, the referee and Luis Suarez, as the ball played in towards Mane, who couldn't get a touch on it. Still might come to Henderson. Now Shaqiri, and now Robertson lining up, a shot deflected off Vidal and just wide of the left hand post. And Liverpool now are trying to rise above it, and Andy Robertson, who was cheated almost out of him. Handball! It's a handball! I tell you what, Vidal's got away with that one as well. The crime count against Barcelona they've got away with has been probably double figures. Absolutely disgraceful. The referee is absolutely on the side of Barcelona tonight as Shaqiri plays the ball in. Liverpool just have to play football. The ball played back in there, but Barcelona just had enough players back to counteract that. Now, Lionel Messi, who doesn't need a referee to decide games for him. He can decide them on his own if he wants to. And again, the ball played in there towards Suarez and Coutinho, but again, well hounded out. Shaqiri now takes possession. Over the halfway line. Oh, that's a poor ball from Shaqiri. Really didn't get his head up, and then just played a very loose pass. 90 seconds just under to go of normal time. Liverpool leading, but the first half has been marred by some very, very poor refereeing from Kakir of Turkey, who's not lived up to what we expect of a referee in this sort of tournament. It should be the best Italian official, it should be the best French or German official taking this game, not a Turkish referee, I should also add. Final minute of the first half of normal time. Be interested to see what the Turkish fourth official gives for time added on. He'll probably give nothing, keeping in line with this disgraceful display from all the officials tonight. We've got German TV officials. The Germans should be out there refereeing on the field. The Turks should be doing the TV stuff. Why do UEFA have to persist with Turkish officials? I will never know. They're not good enough. The league that they're in is simply not good enough. And to be quite honest, if I was in UEFA, I would ban all that sort of thing. But there we go. That's my opinion. Everyone else is entitled to theirs. 10 seconds to go to half time, incidentally, folks. And I think we all need to lie down for 10 minutes. I certainly do. Well, Crazy Pizza Gaming, we can always add it. Well, 4 added minutes. We're still going to have a bit more longer to go, so we'll have to wait another 4 minutes before we can have a lie down for 10 minutes or so. As Andy Robertson wins the ball now for Liverpool. Well, it's almost as dramatic as the game at the Etihad in the Premier League last night when Vincent Kompany hit a 35-yard thunderbolt. And another, whoa, oh, yellow card, about time, referee, about time. Fabinho went down there, and who's been booked this time? Well, he's one of the biggest play actors in the book, Sergio Busquets. Oh, I tell you what, another day, that might have been a red card. He's looking to escape a yellow for me. I tell you what, Barcelona's tactics tonight have been disgraceful. They concede a goal and then resort to out stupid tactics like that. If I was Lionel Messi now, I'd be disgraced. I'd be absolutely annoyed with my teammates. Messi is the sort of player that doesn't need a sympathetic referee decision. He can win games with his skill alone, and these players are top quality players, Barcelona. Let's we forget they've won the La Liga league so easily, and they've played so well in that league, even though they're up against inferior opposition, in fairness, every other week. But having said that, you look at the way they dismantled Manchester United in the last round, and they played it to an absolute T. But they're disgusting me tonight, and they're a terrific side and a great side to watch. But we're seeing the dark arts again of Barcelona as that ball is lifted into the penalty area from the left hand side, well taken by Andre ter Stegen. So we played nearly 2 minutes of the 4 at the end of the first half, and ter Stegen kicks away from his hands. 3/4 of the way up the field. Van Dijk and Matip, who are doing a terrific job in the centre of defence, may I add, in this first half. They've done a magnificent job and deserve a great deal of credit. So too do Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. Shaqiri now, oh, again loose. Robertson was never going to reach down in them for Sundays. Here's Lionel Messi again. Into Roberto, good running again. Messi will hit it left foot, and he hits it well, but just wide of the right hand post. All of 25 yards, and it all came from a misplaced pass by Shaqiri on the halfway line. And Messi took over. Roberto laying it in, good first time shot, but Alisson had the ball covered, or the goal rather covered, and no damage done for Liverpool there. One goal from Barcelona would knock Liverpool surely out of the competition, because Barcelona, if they were to score tonight, they would score an away goal, and of course that counts double, which means Liverpool would have to win 5-1 in order to reach the set final. But a 3-0 win for Liverpool after 90 minutes would get them extra time. That surely has to be a corner, and it is. Now Vidal is claiming he's been hurt, but Origi tells him to shut up and get on with it. Now then, James Milner with the corner on the left hand side. The ball is definitely on the quadrant. Why did he have to move it back? I do not know. That ball was clearly on touching the line of the quadrant. As the ball is played in towards the near post, it's headed away by the Barcelona defenders, and now Coutinho can break. He's got Suarez and Messi to his left. This is Luis Suarez now in the centre circle, finding Mr. Messi, and the ball played forward, and a chance here for Barcelona. Good save from Alisson, and that could have really wrapped it up, as I think it was Jordi Alba of all people come storming through there, and that could have settled the game here and then, and he was onside. Robertson was playing him on. His first touch was a little bit forward, which allowed Alisson to come off the line. We play 4 minutes, and there will be no more for the first half. Jordi Alba will wonder how that missed chance slipped away from his grasp. As for Liverpool, they lead through on the night anyway through Divock Origi, but Luis Suarez should have been clearly sent off for absolutely taking out Andy Robertson off the ball. And the referee, I have got to tell you, has fallen for every trick in the Barcelona book. The gamesmanship, he's fallen for it every single time. And if I was that ball boy now, I'd be throwing that ball straight at the referee's face, because he doesn't deserve any respect tonight. The way he's officiated the game. And I tell you what, there will be a villain of the match at the end of this, because Kakir has been disgraceful, Luis Suarez has been a disgrace, and Barcelona might be leading on aggregate, but they're winning no friends here at Anfield tonight, there's no doubt about it. They lead 3-1 on aggregate, Liverpool lead on the night. Welcome back to Anfield, where we're all kicked up in that first 45 minutes. Liverpool leading at half time in the second leg, 1-0, but trailing Barcelona with 45 minutes left of the semi-final to go. 3-1 on aggregate. But it's all been happening here in this first 45 minutes. Divock Origi scored the opening goal after 7 minutes. But Barcelona's gamesmanship, and Luis Suarez very lucky not to have been sent off. So too Sergio Busquets. They could have easily on another night been down to 9 men, but they still have 11. As Gini Wijnaldum is about to replace Andy Robertson, who didn't recover from that nasty, horrible kick out by Luis Suarez, who's an absolute disgrace of a footballer right now. I know some people are saying it was accidental. I thought it was an absolute. I think Suarez meant that. That's my personal opinion. But Messi has had a couple of sides tonight, and he's still a player that anybody when he's on his song, Liverpool will fear. But they can do it. 2 more goals needed, and away we go in the second half. And Liverpool attacking their favourite end in the second half. And the cop will be hoping they can suck the ball into the back of the Barcelona and then a further couple more times. More would be even better for Liverpool at the moment. But it's 1-0 as we go into the second half. But remember, Barca leading by 3 goals to 1 in aggregate. So Liverpool still have to score at least twice. Twice more, they have extra time and an extra half an hour. If they score more than the 2 that they need, if they score another 3 in extra in the second half, they would go through 4-3 on aggregate. But we're now talking in the realms of Fantasy Island even at this stage. I think Liverpool will probably go for the 2 if they can. They will have to go for it as the cross comes in from the left hand side looking towards Origi, and it will be the first corner of the second half to Liverpool off the evergreen Gerard Piqué. Seems to have been around forever, even since his early days at Manchester United, of course. One really that Fergie will regret letting go, because he come to Barcelona and he's just set the world alight there, and he's been an ever present, and he's really been a terrific centre back for them for a good dozen or so years. The ball pulled back from the corner to Virgil van Dijk. There was a half of appeal for a handball. I'm not sure whether that could have been given. It might have been purely accidental as Henderson hooks the ball out. We're throwing as Barcelona try to start their lightning attack out there. Let's have a look at the decision again. Virgil with the ball in. Well, I don't think he knew much about it, Roberto, to be fair. The ball came at him at a rapid rate and his arm was down by his side, so I think we can give him the benefit of the doubt there. But the referee tonight has been a disgrace. Kakia, I didn't think he was the right man for the job. I certainly don't believe that right now. Jordi Alba would have taken his chance at half time. Things might have been different there, and Liverpool might have needed to get 4, maybe even 5. Remember, a 3-all aggregate at the end. If Liverpool would score further twice in the second half, would take us into extra time. But a Barcelona away goal, or anything other than a 3-0 scoreline, would take that possibility away from us. So there's still that possibility if Liverpool can score twice in this second half, remember, of an extra half an hour. And I think we all want that as football connoisseurs, don't we? Anyway, here's Fabinho now for Liverpool. Remember, no Andy Robertson in the second half. Looks as if that piece of stupidity by Luis Suarez has put him out the game. Let's hope it clears up in time for that final game against Wolverhampton Wanderers on Sunday. Hello Ethan, good evening to you my friend. And of course, let me just remind you of the JB Man of the Match award, and we're going to have a second award because we've got a villain of the match award. I think we picked out 2 likely villains. We'll come to the villain of the match in a second. The Man of the Match award, as you come to expect, name of your player, hashtag it with the words JBMOTM please, and it will count. And it's for villain of the match, slightly different hashtag to the MOTM. Name of your player, or referee even. So you can pick Kakia for example, and hashtag it with the words hashtag VOTM. So that's villain of the match. So we got 2 awards on for tonight. Man of the match, again hashtag JBMOTM, and villain of the match, again the name of your chosen villain, whether it be Suarez or the referee Kakia. And I think them 2 will be probably high up in the list of suspects of that award, contenders for that award, and you hashtag it with the hashtag JBVOTM. And yeah, in the live chat, and that'll be coming into operation in around about 65 minutes. So as soon as the 65th minute comes into operation, Ethan, the voting will begin, and that runs until the 90th minute, regardless of whether we reach extra time or not. Right, 4 minutes gone in the second half. You've missed absolutely nothing whilst I was explaining all that to you. Here's Mane now through the centre for Liverpool. Ball might break for Origi. He's only got the only goal of the game so far. One ball forward, and it might break for Mane inside the area. Great tackle there by Sergio Roberto, and he had to time that. Otherwise, Mane might have made it 2-0. Just took it away, and he allowed Roberto to get in there and get a good footing and just turn it out for a corner. But Liverpool getting in behind Barcelona a little bit. That'll be an encouraging sign for them. And the Cop understand now that this is an important one. James Milner to take the corner from the far side. Matip and Virgil van Dijk. What a moment it could be if Van Dijk could score. As the ball comes into the penalty area, and saved on the line almost by Andre ter Stegen. And it's well saved. And great persistence again by Liverpool, and it was Virgil van Dijk with the flick towards goal. And I don't think he knew much about that, to be fair. Now Vidal, I do apologise if we are a bit behind, but that's the way live streaming is at the moment. It's a chance for it was a chance inside the penalty area. I think it might have been Suarez with the shot. And how ironic, a man that could have been sent off in the first half nearly scores the killer goal against Liverpool. But a great save nonetheless by Alisson. To give him his full name, Alisson Becker. Liverpool 1, Barcelona 0. Remember, on the night we've played just shy of 51 minutes of the game, 6 minutes of the second half, and it's still 3-1 on aggregate to the Catalan side. Now Suarez was the onside. Well, I have to say, he looks as if he's about a yard or two offside. I think Liverpool might have gone to VAR if that had gone in and referred that, because I thought he was offside there, Suarez. Another poor decision again potentially there that could have cost Liverpool there from the Turkish officials. And then Fabinho gets gets penalised for absolutely nothing. Well, Shaqiri rather. Jordi Alba again making a meal of it, like most of his colleagues here. Shaqiri's went for the ball, he's just missed it, and I think that's a very awful decision. I think Alba, he's playing for the free kick. Here's Rakitic to take it, and halfway, and I think the Kakir must be refereeing. The refereeing tonight has been despicable from Mr. Kakir, it has to be said. As Messi plays the ball in, hits the defender. I think it was Gini Wijnaldum actually. It might have been Fabinho actually, but it wasn't a handball. This is Rakitic now midway inside the Liverpool half, up towards Alba. Hits a terrific good cross in there from the left hand side. Mane now trying to get away here for Liverpool, and Liverpool now trying to break, and the ball deflects. Now then, a yellow card for cheating, a clear handball. Rakitic again, Barcelona this time getting their comeuppance for trying to gamesmanship and cheat. Definite yellow card. Look at that, stupid, absolutely stupid. Why does Rakitic need to do that? Barcelona are getting ridiculous. I'm afraid Rakitic and his colleagues are not winning any friends here at Anfield tonight. Win fairly. They won fairly, no doubt about it, at the Nou Camp a week ago, but tonight they're winning no friends here. Fabinho now to Mane, knocks it along to the right hand side, and Alexander-Arnold, but it's a poor header from Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he's won the ball back to his real credit, and he bursts down the right. He needs support in the middle, mind you. The ball played in, a chance, a goal! A goal for Liverpool! It's Gini Wijnaldum, and they're one goal away from levelling the tie. And what a substitution from Jurgen Klopp. And now this game is whacked back in the melting pot, and Liverpool deserve that 2-goal lead. And Barcelona and Valverde, their manager, are paying the price for some sloppy play to get the ball away so stupidly. But they're getting what they deserve for their gamesmanship and their counting out pure cheating. And they're being punished to the full. Liverpool prepared to play the football. Ter Stegen made the mistake. Should have saved it for me. Poor goalkeeping, really. And I think Ter Stegen's goalkeeping has been absolutely found out tonight. Liverpool are in with a shot. Can they do it again? They believe. The spirit of Istanbul is certainly there now. 10 minutes almost gone in the second half. It's Liverpool 2 now. Barcelona 0 on the night. And it's 3-2 now to Barcelona, and Suarez and Messi shake their heads in disbelief, and as if they can't believe it. And now what's happening here? Kakir is having words with Jordan Henderson now. What's going on here? The whole thing is a complete farce. And then in the end the referee gets on with it, but the referee needs to start doing his job properly, because tonight his performance has been absolutely shocking. Great game nonetheless though. Liverpool right back in it now and looking for another one straight away. And inside the area is Origi. Tagged nicely there. Cross back. And everyone was waiting at the back post and he just couldn't reach Shaqiri in time. This is a super game now. Here's Milner to Shaqiri. Left hand side. Ball played in. Header one. It's 3-2 on the right. It's relive again. It's 3-2 aggregate. 2 goals in 2 minutes. This is an unbelievable turnaround. Barcelona are in complete and utter shock, and the whole place is erupted big time. Liverpool 3, Barcelona 0. I've completely and utterly lost my voice here. Suarez, he's getting a torment, and Barcelona are getting a football lesson. And what a substitution by Jurgen Klopp. Gini Wijnaldum came on to replace Andy Robertson, who was injured. And what a bold move from Klopp. And now they've got 35 minutes to win it, and they've got every chance in the world. Poor defending from Barcelona, and I've completely lost my voice completely. Wow! Liverpool 3, Barcelona 0 on the night. It's 3-3, and as things stand, we're going to extra time. But there's still another 34 minutes of this sheer magnificence to come, and Liverpool are putting on a masterclass how to play the game. Barcelona have tried to cheat, and they're paying for it big time. Liverpool deserve their lead, and they're still in the European Cup as Alexander-Arnold plays the ball in. They couldn't score 3 in a minute, could they? Oh, and Marnie nearly did then. And now Barcelona now having to try and get it away from almost their own byline. This is unbelievable stuff. So Liverpool come charging forward again. Van Dijk towards the edge of the area, gives it away rather casually there, to be fair. And here's Messi, the captain of Barcelona, whose team are in shock. 3-4. Now they need to start battening down the hatches and start to play instead of trying to cheat like they've done for most of the game. But it's Liverpool in the ascendancy now with Shaqiri and the chip forward by Henderson, but too close to the Stegen, who takes the ball calmly inside the 6-yard area. Wow. Have you ever had a game for excitement all season? Well, Anfield is back to how it used to be all those years ago. It's almost been transported back to 1977. Remember that humongous quarter-final they had to win against Borussia Mönchengladbach? Kennedy and then of course David Fairclough for that famous third goal. And I almost hear the words from the commentator that night, Gerald Sinstad, super sub, strikes again. Well, they've got another David Fairclough tonight as Messi tries to come in now. And Mo Salah, well, he could be back. Maybe Bobby Firmino could be back as well. They're both in the crowd tonight. And I tell you what, Tommy Smith looking down, who recently passed away, God bless his soul. He will be looking down on this famous old ground tonight, bursting with pride. This has been unbelievable. Gini Wijnaldum, declare yourself for the new David Fairclough. Meanwhile, there's a substitute. Nelson is about to come on for Barcelona. With nearly... Well, look at that. Ball Barcelona defending. Wijnaldum again. Great header. Ter Stegen, no chance. It gets the far post and goes in the back of the net. Wow. Well, you have to make Liverpool the favourites now. And the scenes here at Anfield is going back to those days in the 70s and early 80s when they were winning European Cups for fun. And you could go back as far as 2005 when they beat Chelsea, albeit controversially, but the atmosphere was just like that. And of course Istanbul. And of course a couple of years ago, Philippe Coutinho is the man gone off. This has been, well, how can we say, it's completely and utterly beyond belief. I never thought I would be in the commentary box describing one of the great Liverpool comebacks of all time, and this is certainly got to be up there with one of the great European comebacks of all time. No one gave him a price a week ago. Now it could be a classic case of them actually winning it, and it could be deja vu for Barcelona really, because they had a 3-goal lead to take to Roma 12 months ago in the quarterfinals and lost as well on the away goals rule. Now Liverpool need another one. Now Liverpool need another one to go through. But remember, Barcelona do carry that threat of an away goal, and one shot, one moment of genius maybe from Messi could still swing the tide their way. So you can't really, we've got to, as much as we want Liverpool to go through, and it would be one of the most humongous comebacks in European history, European Cup football history, we have to also recognise the likes of Lionel Messi could cause a threat. Oh dear me, we've just lost the video again, so we're gonna come back in a second or two. I'm just absolutely beside myself. I never thought when I started this out so many years ago this was gonna be one of those nights. I've never commentated on a Liverpool comeback in Europe before in my life, and I think I've achieved another commentating ambition to commentate on a Liverpool comeback. And they've got a free kick now in a very dangerous position, but they've wasted that free kick. Now Shaqiri has it on the right hand side. Ball played back inside once again to Henderson, and a handball given. Free kick against Barcelona. Vidal. Referee now starting to referee it a little bit more fairly now. Clear handball by Vidal. Yeah, Barcelona are rattled, there's no doubt about that. So a free kick. Alexander-Arnold and Shaqiri, the two-man committee. Now these two cooked up for a real treat for Divock Origi to score on Saturday. Well, I'll tell you what, if the final lives up to the billing, whoever gets there tomorrow night, whether it's Ajax or Spurs, boy, we're in for one hell of a final. On June the 1st, you'll be able to hear it live on the JB Claret channel. Here's the free kick by Alexander-Arnold, getting to the danger zone, but it's headed out. Throw to Liverpool on line with the edge of the area. And this was a game that I'm sure Russ himself and my old mucker Chris Whiteman would have dearly loved to have been part of as well. Russ is there as part of that, and we're about a minute away from villain of the match and man of the match. You know the votes. If you want to pick your man of the match, choose the name of your player and hashtag it with JBMOTM. And for villain of the match, again, same formula. Name of your player, probably Suarez or the referee actually, Kakia. And again, instead of the MOTM hashtag, JBVOTM. And you'll be able to do that in approximately 30 seconds from now. In fact, we'll open it now. So the voting is now open for the villain of the match and the man of the match, but you've got to hashtag it. Villain of the match JB VOTM, man of the match MOTM, but you've got to put JB MOTM or JB VOTM. That's for villain of the match. So I'm sure we'll get plenty of votes, so we're going to double the awards. One bad, one good. And so Origi felt he could have had a penalty there. I don't think there was much contact there from Jordi Alba's side of things. Henderson keeps possession, but then gives away a free kick to Liverpool's frustration. But they've got 25 minutes now to find a fourth. And referee Kikir is having a despite everything, despite the comeback, I think he's been disgraceful tonight. The referee still shouldn't have been allowed to referee this football match. But what a position we've got ourselves now. 3-0 to Liverpool on the night, 3-3 on aggregate, and Barcelona, let's be fair, look a completely different side to the one we all saw a week ago when they were taking it. And look who's in the crowd as well. Liverpool legend Steven Gerrard, the Rangers manager who has to play Celtic on Sunday. And he's there willing Liverpool on. Still a Liverpool fan through and through, Steven Gerrard, despite the fact that he's managing Rangers. Oh my goodness me, Barca in a bit of a tangle now. They could be punished here. Ronaldo, who's certainly made a huge difference, is coming on. 2 goals in about 2 minutes for him. But here's Lionel Messi. This is what we talked about here. He had to be brought down by Van Dijk. He'll give a yellow card away. It's Matip, in fact. He was clearly taken out there, Messi. Let's be fair. Matip had to bring him down here because Messi was going through like a train, and he had to take Messi out there. No doubt about that. He's hacked at him, and he clearly got him. And when Messi goes at high speed, there's no other way you've got to do and kick him over and give away a free kick and a yellow card. And that's just one. Mind you, it's a good free kick for Liverpool to concede, even though it's a good 35 yards out, and it is Messi country just to the left of centre. But having said all that, yeah, they had to do that because they were struggling now, and they've got men behind the ball. But one goal from Barcelona and the tie could tip their favour. One away goal could destroy everything for Liverpool. But they must keep their discipline, they must keep their cool. There's still a long way to go. Don't concede an away goal. But with Messi over the ball, anything can happen. About 35, maybe a little bit more yards from goal. Slightly to the left of centre. It's going to be the left foot. Hits it with the left foot, hits the wall. Might break inside the penalty area for PK. It doesn't. And in fact, it's a corner kick. So the danger not over yet for Liverpool. And that hit the head of one of the players in the wall. I think he tried to be too cute with that, Lionel Messi. Trying to recreate that free kick he scored magnificently a week ago. And he's getting roundly booed as he takes the corner from the right hand side. Far side as we look, we're in the main stand, the newly rebuilt main stand here at Anfield. And Russ has made the first vote, and you can do it as one comment as well, by the way. We'll read them out in a second because Barca are in here with a chance. And oh, what a save from Alisson to deny Messi. Came in from the right hand side. They were paying, I think, for hands against Messi maybe, but he got his shot off. Now then, oh, offside. I think they were offside, and it might have been a control with a hand there from Lionel Messi. I never thought he resort to such out and out cheating. It clearly hits his arm to control it, but having said all that, Alisson still had to make the save. Barcelona have got away with another iffy decision again. Messi with the corner into the penalty area it goes. It misses everyone, including Suarez at the far post, and maybe in that respect goes behind for a goal kick. Maybe in that respect justice maybe has been done. So Russ is voted for man of the match. There's Andy Robertson looking passively on, put out of the game through a stupid piece of petulance by Luis Suarez, who's, well, he was going to be roundly booed. He's been lambasted for good reasons as well tonight. JB man of the match, Ronaldo, says Russ. Well, he's only been on the pitch about 20 minutes, but he's contributed so much. He's been brilliant. And Kikir is villain of the match. And you guys, the rest of you, have still a chance to vote for your man of the match. And you can see there on the comments how Russ has done it. And you can do it just like that. So you want until the 90th minute to vote for your villain and player and man of the match. Offside from the throw-in? No, it's not. I was a little bit hesitant there in the commentary. I'm very excited. This is new territory for me. I've done so many great games this season, and I've been lucky enough, and Russ and Chris, when they've done games, I'm lucky to have drama and goals and everything in all our live games. I think we've only had it out of 66 matches that we've covered live throughout the entire season so far. I don't think we've had too many goalless draws. I think we've had probably 2 or 3 out of 66, which shows how well our goals to commentary ratio is quite well. We've probably commentated on something like 100 goals between the three of us over the course of the season, but it's been one of the most amazing seasons of commentaries on this YouTube channel, and it's probably been the most dramatic in the 3 years we've done it. A deck and neck title race which goes to the last day. Regrettably we won't be covering that last day for you because I'll be in person at Turf Moor on Sunday with Chris and my brother. We'll be watching Burnley's last game and relaxing and chilling out and checking in on things, but there will be a review of the weekend coming up as the ball is threaded in there towards Origi, and Jake has gone for man of the match. Alisson, he's made some great saves, good shout, so it's 1-1. Vote for your man of the match instead of JBMLTM as your hashtag, and why not go with it's JBVLTM, so vote for your villain of the match, Jake. You probably got two options really, the referee and maybe Suarez. Confused Curious, Scouse power of Anfield Knights. Well, certainly Scouse is the buzzword at the moment, but with 20 minutes just under the goal, more importantly, we will be odds on extra time if there's no further scoring. And if it was to remain that way, should we be gone into extra time, and we're just reminded there'd be two 15-minute periods, 15 minutes either way. And if it was to end 3-0, and we're talking very hypothetically, even with 20 minutes to go in this one, because there's still a lot could happen. If it was level at 3, still level on aggregate after 120 minutes at 3-3, then it would be a penalty competition or a penalty shootout to decide who goes to the European Cup final on June the 1st. Winners, of course, play against Ajax, who lead Tottenham, the other semi-finalists, by a goal to 0. Van Beek got the goal, remember, in the first leg at the Tottenham Stadium a week ago. They play to a finish in the Johan Cruyff Arena tomorrow night. Barcelona, I see they're making preparations for a second substitutions, and villain of the match Suarez, so one vote for Kakir and Suarez, and well, it could go to a deciding vote at this moment in time. Russ has gone for Ronaldo as regards man of the match, and Jake has gone for Alisson. And I might have to cast your vote unless you guys could vote as well. Remember, you've got till the 90th minute, you've still got about 18 minutes to go vote. 8 minutes to vote for your man of the match and villain of the match. Hashtag JBMLTM for man of the match, hashtag JBVLTM for villain of the match. At the moment, both votes are level. Van Dijk, oh, he almost put his goalkeeper in trouble. Can Alisson keep it out? No, he can't. It's a corner. Rare mistake that for Virgil van Dijk, who's completely... In fact, a free kick has been awarded. I think there might have been an infringement or an offside or a foul. I think probably the latter rather than the former. Here's Fabinho, picks it up halfway inside his own half and trots rather casually towards the halfway line. Finds Shaqiri. Liverpool still have to be patient. Can they pull a fourth go out of the fire and maybe, just maybe, complete one of the most remarkable comebacks in Champions League or European Cup history? They've seen some great European nights down the years at Anfield. One ball forward, that should be Distegans, it is. Takes it just to the right of the 6-yard box, in between the 6-yard box and the 18-yard box, inside the Barcelona box. 73 minutes gone. Liverpool deservedly leading on the night, 3-0. 3-3 on aggregate. Barcelona's first leg lead completely and utterly wiped out. But wait a minute, here's Jordi Alba on the near side for Barcelona. One goal from them could kill it all off. But again, Matip and Van Dijk hardly have put a foot wrong between them tonight. Defended like tigers, and Henderson, to his enormous credit, has kept the ball in, or has he? I don't think he has, according to the Turkish officials. No, we're going to see a substitution here. Arthur's going to come on. And I believe he's going to place, is it Vidal who's going to be coming off, I think? Vidal throws the ball away a little bit in disgust. He feels a little bit aggrieved that he's been substituted, but he's completed 32 passes and his accuracy a pretty decent 80%. This is his 9th appearance this season, I think that's in the Champions League. Jet reckons Barca could get a goal. They are capable, but the way things are, I believe Liverpool could get the next goal. That's my theory of things, but Barcelona now still look shell-shocked and rattled, and the Liverpool fans, when they're up against, when times are tough, the Stigger's kick wasn't the best, but it's come away once more. Just over a quarter of an hour left here. Liverpool 3, Barcelona 0 on the night. 2 goal from Origi and 2 in the first 10 minutes of the second half from the substitute Gini Wijnaldum has given Liverpool an aggregate lead. Now what's happening here? It's a free kick, I think, to Liverpool, and a yellow card. A yellow card. Really silly. It was well, that was a bit silly there from Nelson. Stupid thing to do, really, at this stage of the game. So Nelson is on a yellow card. Nelson Salmino, to give his full name. Well, we've got just under a quarter of an hour to go. Can Liverpool get a fourth? They have threatened to score more than 3 they've already got, and if they could get another one, the roof would lift off big time. This is certainly up there with one of the great European nights of all time. It's Van Dijk tries an audacious 40 yards thunderbolt with his right foot. In fact, it was Matip actually with a 40-yard effort pile driver that went well wide into the cup and behind for a goal kick. Hit it right footed, but definitely to the left of the D as he hit it. But he was 40 yards away. Jurgen Klopp will see that's probably a waste. But what's not in doubt is Liverpool's commitment tonight and to the cause. Well, from adversity, well, they were in adversity at the end of the first leg, and they played really well in, and that was the tragedy of it. If only they'd have kept the lead at 2 now, they might be going through 3-2 on aggregators big stand. But Barcelona still capable of producing genius. With Messi on the field, that's still liable to happen. But not when Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip are in the mood. That was great defending again as they cut out the attempted 3-ball from Albert, but no foul there on Origi. I felt there was a foul there. Kakir again keeping it away with his horrendous performance tonight. Waste Barcelona on. And they're being booed roundly here. The referee's being booed roundly. I love Rusty Sam, Ajax Amsterdam. 3 kisses and a love heart. Well, they've certainly been the romantic story of the Champions League. A side built really next to no money, all come up through the youth system, and now could well be 90 minutes away from an unlikely return to the final. Vince of Aston Villa, an Aston Villa fan, up the Villa. Who will make it to the finals? Well, we'll have to find out in the next 2 nights, Rusty. But anything could still happen, Rusty Sam. And Vince, good evening to you. Villa will be featured this year weekend on the JB Correct channel. You'll be getting an outing on that in the semi-finals first leg. And here's Trent Alexander-Arnold now on the right hand side. He's really played well. I have to say Robertson and Alexander-Arnold, before Robertson came off, did have good exceptional games. But Alexander-Arnold's kept going. Right hand side now, and he's still on the ball now. My goodness me, he was an unknown 18 months ago. Now he's performing above and beyond for club and country. And Alexander-Arnold spotted a quick free kick, and it's a goal! It's a goal for Origi! And Liverpool have got immediately 4-0 up! And what a great piece of thinking from Trent Alexander-Arnold! He noticed that Origi was unmarked. He took the corner very, very quickly. And in came Divock Origi, the hero at Newcastle, has now become the hero again at Anfield. It's Liverpool 4, Barcelona 0. And Liverpool now have 11 minutes with stoppage time to hold on, deny Barcelona, and go amazingly through to the European Cup final. One of the great European comebacks of all time. What genius from Trent Alexander-Arnold. That ball in was just pure genius. Barcelona outdone, outclassed, outplayed tonight. And they're getting their just desserts for what they tried to do in the first half, was to use the dark arts. They've not played any football tonight. Liverpool have played the football, and they quite rightly and utterly deserve their 4 goals. Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez can complain and moan all they want, but Jurgen Klopp grinning like a Cheshire cat. It's 4-0 to Liverpool. Now can they hold on and claim a final berth, when a week ago it looked as if it was well beyond them? Nothing in European football is beyond Liverpool. Never has been. It's Liverpool 4, Barcelona 0. And it's 4-3 amazingly. And Divock Origi has scored 2 of the goals. And Ronaldo has got the other now. Who's going to complete the hat-trick? Rakitic has gone off and replaced by Malcolm. That could be a bad mistake by Valverde, the coach. Well, when we got Barcelona against Manchester United in the second leg 4 weeks ago, we didn't think anyone could stop Barcelona. Well, how wrong we all were, because they'd not looked a team that destroyed Manchester United. Imagine Manchester United have not been playing very well in the league either. Well, Liverpool was always going to be a complete and utter different proposition, and Henderson has closed his man down, but the ball will break kindly there for the goalkeeper to Stegen. 10 minutes left, just under the play. We've played almost 81 minutes of the game. The second leg, Liverpool leading by 4 goals to 0 on the night, but it's 4-3 on aggregate as Messi tries to humble his way through the centre again, but Liverpool for the umpteenth time stop him in his tracks. Messi, there's no doubt about it. The magician has not been there tonight. Liverpool have not allowed him to. But wait a moment, here's Nelson down the far side. It's a poor cross, and Shaqiri just hooks it out. Maybe that was a bad thing to do, or maybe it wasn't, because Marnie won the ball and got it back to Henderson, who then slips as he gets the ball. But he's found Divock Origi, to his great credit. Steven Gerrard watching on in the stands will be delighted about this, and the flag has stayed down, and Origi is onside. He's only got Marnie in the centre. He's also got Shaqiri on the right hand side though, and here is Shaqiri. It's 4-0 to Liverpool, 4-3 the Reds lead on aggregate, when it looked as if they were down and out a week ago. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's another corner. Surely they won't fall for the same mistake twice. They appeal handball, but just get on with it, Trent. You're 4-3 up. And it did look a handball, I have to say. It did look a free kick. And it is a free kick. In fact, the referee did agree. Good decision for the once by Kakia. Alexander-Arnold wants it from a better angle, but the referee's told him in uncertain terms. There's a substitution meanwhile whilst all that is happening. Wow. Well, we can't say for certain Liverpool could go through, because Barcelona, let's not forget, can still cause an upset in the latter stages. But we've got a situation. Origi is now down and injured, holding his right ankle. And now Jurgen Klopp is asking a few questions. There's Barcelona fans who can't believe what they're seeing from their side tonight. They thought it was all dead and buried in the first leg at the Nou Camp. Well, how wrong they were. Looks like Liverpool might be forced into a substitution, but this is not going to help Liverpool's cause here, because the time that this is taking might come back to haunt them. They've called the trainer, the physio on. This is the corner again. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing in the rules saying that they couldn't have done that, Liverpool. That was, I have to say, a great piece of anticipation there from Alexander-Arnold to play the ball in. Who do I think will win the Champions League? Well, we'll have to find out in June the 1st, won't we? I'm not one that makes predictions, that's for sure. As well, the players will get a much needed energy boost now with the remaining 7 plus maybe 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time. But Origi is certainly injured. I think they might have to make substitution here. Liverpool, they've got on the bench. Well, Ronaldo's come on. They've got attacking substitution. They've got Ben Woodburn, a young lad, and they've got Danny Sturridge, who's an experienced campaigner. In fact, formed a very good partnership in 2013-14 with Luis Suarez, and scored something like 60 odd goals between them. But the Liverpool Scarves are flying. Barcelona fans, well, I don't think they can argue with this result. if it turns out to be that way. Well, I have to say Liverpool have been the better side. That is, you look at it objectively. Barcelona deserved to win the first leg, there's no question about that. They took the goals terrifically well, but Liverpool did enough in that leg, even despite losing that game, that it could still be a real danger in the second leg, and that's what it's proved here as we come up towards the last 5.5 minutes of the second half. I'm no particular favourite, quite honestly. I'm strictly unbiased. I'm a Burnley fan, and Burnley are obviously not in this competition, so this is great for me, but I'd like to see an English team win it. We haven't won one for a while. Chelsea 2012 I think was the last time an English club won the European Cup, and they needed penalties against Bayern Munich as Joe Gomez of all people comes on. Well, I'm surprised at that, but maybe they just felt an extra defensive option was viable. 5 minutes to play, and it's Shaqiri who takes the quick free kick back to Alexander-Arnold. First time crossing in the penalty area. All the heads went in there, and here's Milner to chip the ball back into the danger zone. Shaqiri looked as if he was offside as he headed the goal once, but it said it's got over the top anyway and behind for a goal kick. Meanwhile, another Liverpool player is down after a clash of heads on the far side. Well, it gets to the players, it gets to the managers, it gets to the commentary box, I can tell you. As Alex Ferguson once said after 20 years ago when they won the European Cup against Bayern Munich in the last couple of minutes, he said, football, bloody hell. It's certainly been that tonight. Virgil van Dijk being helped to his feet, and obviously he's going to get up on his feet. Well, Valverde knows he's been beaten tonight if it is to stay that way. Well, they've used up Nelson, Arthur and Malcolm. They've used up all three substitutes now. Ajax, of course, have a big chance tomorrow night to get to the final, of course. I think Ronaldo is a terrific player, an unsung hero really. But those two goals, he was absolutely bang on the money. Poor defending really by Barcelona, really, on all 4 goals tonight. But Liverpool have been much worthy of their lead now. But it's Barcelona on the attack, and with little Messi on the field, it's still liable that it could still go against Liverpool. We have to be completely fair here. Barcelona still have enough talent on the field to cause Liverpool a few heart-stopping moments, and this is still not going to be easy. Messi has the ball. Ronaldo tries to take him out, almost rugby tackling him, but he's found Arthur now, and here's a chance now for Alba, but it hits the defender Alexander-Arnold, and he's had a terrific match tonight, encapsulated in the quick thinking for his 4th goal, Liverpool's 4th goal. Here's Busquets now to Arthur, and now Nelson comes forward, plays a 1-2 with Suarez. Piqué now joins the attack, and he finds Nelson on the far side. Now Arthur wins it. Now Nelson has to cross it in from the right. Alisson says that's mine, and he claims it right by the penalty spot. And Liverpool now, legally, within the legal means, could take as much time as they dare. We're into the last 2.5 minutes. We may have to have a casting vote for man of the match from me, because we're dreadlocked between Alisson and Wijnaldum. I think I might have a feeling who's going to win man of the match. I think I might just give Suarez and the referee joint awards. But here's a chance now for Barcelona. Messi, oh, he had it taken off his toes there by Virgil van Dijk, and that sums up Barcelona this night, but it sums up the way Liverpool have defended as well as attacked. It's been flawless so far, but there's still a little way to go yet. 2 minutes for stoppage time, and then maybe another 3 or 4 minutes of that. As Liverpool now prepare to try and keep Messi out. Inside the penalty area it goes from number 14, Malcolm, but it's a poor cross, and away comes Milner now for Liverpool down the left hand side, and he wins his team a throw-in. Oh, he concedes a throw-in. Well, I thought that was a Liverpool throw-in. Barcelona have taken it away from they've taken it too far away from there, but Liverpool have just got to hold on in there. We've got about 1 minute 70 seconds left of normal time, and then I'll be announcing the man of match votes when we get a break in play. As Arthur tries to lay the ball in, and again Virgil van Dijk on the edge of his own area, nodding the ball away. Fantastic defending, and Liverpool win the 3 kick. 1 minute of normal time remaining, and Liverpool about to make a final substitution. It's going to be Daniel Sturridge, and there's a lot of rumours going around, certainly from Russ, and a few murmurs around Anfield that there's going to be 5 added minutes just to add to the tension. 30 seconds almost certainly of normal time to go, and it's Shaqiri who's going off, the former Stoke City man and the Swiss international. What a performance from him. 10.1 kilometres he's covered, 28 passes, and he's 65% accuracy, but he's had a great game tonight. And Sturridge comes on for the remainder of the game. 5 seconds of normal time remaining, but there might be a little bit more. And Russ was right, it is 5 minutes. I'm afraid my microphone is not the best. I will upgrade during the summer. I'm afraid the microphone isn't the best. But you'll just have to stay with it until the end of the season, and I'll invest on a new microphone. Anyway, don't let that put you off your enjoyment. We're into 5 added minutes, still a little bit to go yet. And thank you Rusty Sam for your subscription. It's also good to get your friends involved and hit that bell button if you want notifications as well. There's plenty of live football coming up in May, of course. Just to remind you that the Villa match will be shared between Suarez and Kakir, and I'm going to give it just on the way. Oh, wait a moment. Oh, Bardic I thought for a moment he might have gone through a goal, but he's gone towards the corner. We've played almost a minute and 5. Here's Henderson. Thought he might have had a shot. Bardic inside the penalty area. Tries to chip it over the goalkeeper, and it's off the line. Still not even. The referee's blown anyway for offside. Oh, dear me. You couldn't write the script. Right, the villain of the match is shared between Suarez and Kakir, the referee. But Gini Ronaldo is going to get man of the match. I know he's had 45 minutes, and Alisson's made a couple of smart saves. Barney was offside, incidentally. I've just looked at the replay. But just the way that it all transpired in that space of 2 minutes really swung the game. But there's still a chance for the one last, hopefully not cruel twist for Liverpool as the ball comes into the penalty area. It's controlled, and the penalty is not given, and it's cleared by Liverpool. Oh my goodness me, it's heart-pounding moments there. I thought for a moment there was a slight tackle going in, and for one horrible moment it might have been a penalty. The referee didn't give it. This is any Liverpool fans watching will be, well, hearts pounding from the chest now. 2 minutes after 5 completed, still another 3 minutes to go, and Barcelona, you feel, and this is just as a neutral talking, might get one last chance. Arthur has the ball and he finds Nelson, who has to go back to Sergio Busquets, who was very lucky not to have been sent off for a clear elbow in the first half. But wait a moment, here's Malcolm. Now what can he do here? Can he cross it into the middle? Can Malcolm get it in the middle? If you pardon the pun. Still Barcelona looking to attack, looking to pick a way through, but Liverpool have brought practically all 11 men. Bar Origi behind the ball, or Sturridge rather behind the ball. Malcolm has it again on the left hand side, then Alba has it. Now Busquets. Liverpool now just try to close players down, and again Matip, not for the first time, along with Van Dijk, winning the ball well. 2 minutes Liverpool away from a potential European Cup final. They're second in 2 years. Here's Sergio Busquets. You never walk alone. He's sounding around this famous Anfield ground. Now then, oh, given away. Now then, a chance for Liverpool, and that's surely going to be a free kick. And it is. Good decision from the referee, and surely it has to be a bookable offence here against Lionel Messi of all people. Well, Fabinho was getting away. Messi took him out, and I think he should be booked. I think he has to be booked, Lionel Messi. He has to be booked, surely. But the important thing is Liverpool won a free kick 10 yards inside Barcelona territory, and there's about 75 seconds of the game to go. Stoppage time to go, and if it remains this way when the final whistle goes, the roof will lift off the Kop, the roof will lift off the main stand, and the Kenny Dalglish stand away to the far side and the Anfield Road end. And Liverpool will be a hive of activity. They're nearly in the European Cup final again. 50 seconds remaining. Valverde's team on the course of an epic fail, an epic exit. Just 40 seconds. That's all remains. Mo Salah is so close to seeing his team. He may well be fit for that final. Remember, they've got until July the 1st, till June the 1st rather, to prepare for this. The season's not going to be over yet for Liverpool. 20 seconds to go. They're going to take a free kick. And they haven't brought too many men forward now. And all eyes are on the Turkish referees. Really have been an appalling excuse of a ref. But Liverpool have put those injustices behind them. And have won! And have won! Justice for once in this crazy game has been done! Liverpool have done what looked impossible a week ago and have gone through to the European Cup final in spectacular fashion, and how Barcelona threw that away, only they will know. They've only themselves to blame. They tried to play forcefully, they tried to play outside the boundaries of the laws, and they failed spectacularly. Were poor defensively to stay in at fault for at least 2 of the 4 goals that went past him. 2 goals for Divock Origi, who got the first and the 4th one. The 4th one turning out to be the winning goal. A hero against every odds. He was an outcast until a week ago. He got a crucial winner back in December here in the Merseyside derby against Everton. Scored the winner against Newcastle on Saturday. And now has got 2 crucial goals to send Liverpool against all the odds through to Madrid. And let's not forget Gini Wijnaldum. His quick fire brace, 2 goals in 2 minutes at the start of the second half. Turned the game Liverpool's way. Catch you soon, Russ. Thank you for listening. Wow. This has been one of the great Anfield nights, and they've had so many in European competition, in the European Cup, Cup Winners' Cup, and European UEFA Cup and the Europa League throughout the years. This is probably eclipsed what happened 3 years ago when they were dead and buried against Dortmund in that Europa semi-final and came back in the last minute. Well, this is certainly eclipsed anything. It's eclipsed Mönchengladbach. It's eclipsed those tremendous semi-finals of the noughties between Chelsea and Arsenal and all that. When Liverpool play here on a European night, you can guarantee the whole place rocks. And Messi continues his appalling record of never scoring on this ground. And the Liverpool players go to the Cup as one, and Jurgen Klopp too, and celebrate with the fans. And the strains of "You Never Walk Alone" reverberate around this famous old ground. Barcelona fans, they could scarcely believe it, but they deserved their just desserts tonight. They didn't play football like they know they could play. And the game we saw, and the difference in the second leg we saw at the new camp when we covered them against Manchester United, and the difference here tonight was astonishing. Jurgen Klopp, what a hero. And now he has a chance to put the disappointment of 12 months ago firmly behind him now. They will go through to face either Ajax Amsterdam or Tottenham Hotspur. Still a potential all-English final is on, but Spurs have still got to overturn a 1-0 deficit. And the way Ajax have been performing in these knockout rounds, you wouldn't back against them. There's Barcelona fans quite in tears, but I'm afraid I've no sympathy with them or their side, because they did not deserve, in my opinion, to have gone through the way they tried to cheat, certainly in the first half of the game. The second leg here tonight. Liverpool were prepared to play football. Liverpool were prepared to play fairly and to the rules, and boy did they do just that. And they were tactically too astute for a Barcelona team. The Liverpool team away to my right have lined up as one and are singing "You Never Walk Alone." Let's get a verse of it. Listen to the noise. Kenny Dalglish there as well. And the fans, scarves in the air. What an amazing night. Liverpool through to the final. Oh, well, even Kenny Dalglish, a season campaigner, enjoyed that. They deserved it on the night, and they have been superb. I don't think Anfield has rocked like that for many a long year. They may be outsiders in the championship race after Vincent Kompany's 35-yard extra set last night against for Manchester City, but I think they've got a better chance now of winning the European Cup than they do in the league, and in that respect they'll equip City in winning a more prestigious prize than the Premier League. Champions of Europe is an honour not to be sniffed at. But Liverpool have certainly been a very entertaining side all season, and in any of the games I've managed to do with them, they've been superb. Wow, what a night, what a night here at Anfield. We were discussing the possibilities throughout the match, especially at 3-0 of extra time, but Divock Origi saved us all that particular stretch in agony, because I don't know how we would have coped, or even my voice would have coped with extra time. My goodness, we've covered some classics on this channel. Even the lesser likes like Millwall and Brighton, who served up one of the great cup quarterfinals of all time a month or two back. That was a classic. The Manchester derbies were certainly classics. A couple of the Burnley games were dramatic in their own right, but none as dramatic as what we've seen here at Anfield tonight. It has been unbelievable. Nobody gave Liverpool a price at 3-0 down at the start of tonight, but the Liverpool fans, as soon as they started, got behind their team and won quite handsomely. Just to remind everyone, the Man of the Match award went to Ronaldo because his 2 goals in those first 10 second half minutes turned the game, as it turned out, Liverpool's way. Alisson very close to winning it himself. And the Man of the Match is a shared award between Mr. Suarez and Mr. Kakir, who was a disgrace of a referee. But for once in this topsy-turvy, crazy game that we call football, justice, and I mean justice, was certainly done. Liverpool, all 11 players, no more sellout. It looked as if it might be a handicap too many for them, but they didn't reckon Barcelona with Divock Origi, who was absolutely unbelievable. And the substitution that Klopp made at half time, maybe a bit enforced because of Suarez's stupidity to put Robertson out of the game by kicking him out of it. Maybe that's just come back to haunt him. No happy returns for Suarez or Messi, but what a game. What a game. Hopefully we'll hear from Jurgen Klopp before we go. We want to try and get some reaction from Liverpool if we can, before 10:15 if we can. So stick with us if you haven't already, because we're going to try and get an interview if we can with Jurgen Klopp if we can, or certainly one of the protagonists. But well, we've seen some great European nights down the years at Anfield. This has certainly got to top everything that's gone before it now, especially if they go on to win the European Cup. Second semi-final takes place tomorrow at the Johan Cruyff Arena between Ajax of Amsterdam and Tottenham Hotspur. 1-0 to Ajax from the first leg, of course, to Ajax by Van Beek's goal in the first leg at Spurs, enough to win that leg. But well, as Liverpool proved, first leg leads can certainly be overturned. The noise is still well, quite unbelievable really. Well, I've done some great commentaries in the past, and this was a last minute plan. This was a last minute thing. It was a spontaneous thing. We went live the decision was made for myself at around about 4 o'clock to go with the game. And my goodness, what a good decision I made now. Because we were all hoping for this, but we all expected Barcelona to finish the job, but not a bit of it. We all said Liverpool could not do it without Bobby Firmino and Mo Salah. But boy, will we all prove wrong. And Jurgen Klopp, once again, against all the odds, gets Liverpool again to a European Cup final. Here he is now, talking to the media. Well, in fact, that was Monday, in fact, he was talking. So that wasn't an actual live interview, that was Monday. We're a little bit forceful there going to that. We thought it was an interview taking place at that moment. It's not the press conference we were talking about. That was yesterday when they were talking. But we'll try and get an interview if we can. I'll try and muscle in on a press conference to do with Liverpool at the moment. But wow, have you ever seen a comeback of that proportions? And for Barcelona, really, it is quite a bit of deja vu, really, because they went to Roma a year ago, 3 goals ahead, but Roma had scored an away goal, if you remember, and then scored 3 at the Olympic Stadium to go through the away goals rule. Now the same has happened a year on, and Barcelona, maybe that was their last massive chance to win Europe's greatest competition for a long time yet, because a lot of that side now are getting to 32, 33, 34 years old. We're just looking at replays of the goal that won it. Origi with a fantastic bowling, and look at Trent Alexander-Arnold here. He shapes up to leave it to Shaqiri, but then notice that Origi is free. Barcelona don't pick him up, and there's nothing in the rules to say that they can take a quick corner, and wraps the right foot, and the ball sails sweetly past Andre ter Stegen and into the right hand corner, and left hand corner of the net, I should say. Well, what a game, what a game. And you've been in the presence of, when you've been in the presence of genius, and I don't think we'll ever see a bigger comeback in a European semi-final quite like that for quite some time. You can't say ever again, because lightning can strike twice in some respects, but having said all that, it's been unbelievable. We're going to stick with you until about 10 if we can, see if we can get any interviews, because this has been one of the most amazing comebacks in the history, and we want to get a Liverpool reaction if we can very, very shortly. But well, have you ever seen a Champions League semi-final won so dramatically in your life? I can't think of too many, I must admit. But Liverpool, in European nights, they are simply amazing, and they really focused on what they needed to do. They knew the task in hand. It was always going to be a tall order. I don't think there's any question about that. But to come back the way they did in such a magnificent occasion is great for football. It's great for everything else, and above all, Liverpool, a great old club dating back to 1892, of course. Well, they've won. They might not have won the league since 1990, and that trend may well continue, and that's unfortunate. But what a superb consolation if they were to win the European Cup. Well, it wouldn't be, well, to say it would be a consolation prize, we'll be doing the European Cup in this service. But they're in the final, they haven't won it yet. They've still got to get past one more obstacle, and that's going to be the winners of tomorrow's semi-finals. Will be Ajax Amsterdam of Holland, or Tottenham Hotspur, because of the Premier League. Well, we'll find out tomorrow, that's for sure, because what we've witnessed at Anfield tonight has just been beyond belief. But that's why we all love football. That's why a certain Jimmy Greaves once said, it is a funny old game. By God, was he not wrong. He might have preempted that, but I've got to be honest, I don't think anybody coming to Anfield would have expected a comeback of huge proportions than this. and what we got tonight was completely and utterly stupendous and absolutely amazing. These cup games, these European nights seldom disappoint. My goodness, we had one of those tonight. It was dramatic from the word go. It was just, it was up and at 'em right from that right from the words go. It was just unbelievable. We are hopefully going to get interviews with some of the protagonists tonight, because we need to get the Liverpool side of things. It's just been one of those nights where it's just gone Liverpool's way all the way across the board, and I don't think anyone or anybody can argue with that. Hopefully we'll get Jurgen Klopp's reaction. We've got to get something from Liverpool tonight. I think we've got to, if we can, before we leave here. We're going to extend the programme to around about, I don't know, about 25 past 10, because what we've seen tonight has been nothing short of unreal here. And I'm just literally lost for words. We've been doing these live commentary streams now for nearly 3.5 years. 3.5, nearly to 4 years. It will be 4 years next year when we've done them absolutely, when we've done them permanently. But I don't think we could have, in the 3 years that we've done it, it's been unbelievable. We've got, we're hopefully going to get some reaction, because what we've witnessed tonight has been nothing short of unbelievable. And I really am frustrated that terrestrial television has not got rights to any of these great nights, because we need Champions League back on terrestrial television, namely ITV, who for 25 or so years did a terrific job televising this fantastic competition. And it's a shame the whole thing has been played out on satellite or paid television, because an occasion like this deserved to be on normal terrestrial television. But you've seen it for free, or you've heard it for free really, on the JB Claret channel, and we are staying with you until about 10:30 tonight. We've got to get reaction from the main protagonists if we can. Get some interviews from the Liverpool players, who must be over the moon. They went into it, they believed, but I don't think in their wildest dreams they could have believed they would have won by 4-0 on the night and gone through on aggregate. Just to remind you, the goal scorers were Origi scoring 2 goals, and then Ronaldo in the 54th and 56th minutes really turned it Liverpool's way with the second and third goals. The third one, of course, drawing Liverpool level. And Divock Origi, 3 crucial goals in the last 4 days. On Saturday night, on the Saturday game, they came back from the dead, and Origi got the winning goal, you may remember, in the last second. He came on, in fact, ironically, to replace Mo Salah, and got the header goal which won them the 3 points against Newcastle. Although City have gone on to win since then their match against Leicester, but it may be a toward of winning the title for Liverpool anyway. And then tonight, when the backs were up against the wall, 2 goals from Divock Origi again, to add to those 2 from Gini Ronaldo, the substitute, have taken the European Cup, taking them through to the European Cup final. We're still waiting to get reaction from Jurgen Klopp and from some of the heroes in red, all red tonight. As for the old fluorescent yellows, well, they played, I think the colour of their shirts summed up how poor and how pathetic they were. They didn't attempt to play any football tonight, the football that we've all come to expect from them over the last decade or more, from this talented team. And they are a talented team, I don't think there's much doubt about that, but they didn't play like talented players tonight. Suarez was an absolute disgrace. Even Lionel Messi was making mistakes, and it was just unbelievable. But they got what they deserved, and that was to be knocked out of the semi-finals, and maybe their best chance in years to win the European Cup has gone. And the Spanish stranglehold on the Champions League for its spinning force for nigh on 5 years almost he's over, because only potentially 2 English teams are left in it and a Dutch team. Well, it's going to be England-Holland or England-England in the final. That is for sure. So we're going to have one of the two here tonight. Let's see if we can get some interviews. But what a game, what a night. It's been amazing. It's been a great night for Liverpool Football Club, and by heck, they've had some great nights in their time, but none of them beats it like this. Let's hear from Jurgen Klopp now, who's with Des Kelly.
Genuinely was unbelievable. What a wonderful performance to be so proud.
It was really, the whole performance, the whole game was actually too much. It was overwhelming. It was, I actually would say, I said to the boys before the game, I actually would say it's impossible. But because it's you, I say we have a chance. And I never, look, I've watched in my life so many football games, and I think I remember a lot like this. You play against the maybe best team in the world, and it's not allowed to concede. You have to score. Winning is already difficult, but winning with a clean sheet, I don't know how the boys did it. It was incredible how we defended, how we 10 past 10. Most of the children are probably in bed, but these boys are fucking mentality giants. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Sorry for the
If I have to find me if you want. What can I'm not native, so I don't have better words for it. It's unbelievable. They are mentality giants. It's just not possible. I saw James Miller crying after the game on the pitch. It means so much to all of us, and I mean all of us. I really mean all of us. I mean, you saw we could see these couple of faces in the stadium directly. It's the best phase of football. It's the best phase of football because it's, how I said a couple of times, it's not too. There are more important things in the world, but creating this kind of emotional atmosphere together is so special, and getting tonight the reward for that is just, but it's all about the players, because what the boys did is, I say it's in football, if you plan it, if you do it, we try to plan it obviously, but if you say come on, do it again, I'm not sure how often that could work. The mix of potential and unbelievable heart is just a mix I never saw before, and then look, in a game like this you have to be confident, you have to be really confident, and as the boys and then Divock and Shaq, they play a lot, stuff like that. It's difficult with rhythm and all these things, and putting a performance like this on the pitch, it was so important to us, was so important to them, of course, and that just shows what's possible in football, but that you really get out of a non-situation, being the hero. It's so nice. It's so really nice.
It's a real collective will to the team.
And the goalkeeper in the back who makes all these saves, the biggest strength. Look, there may be more spectacular goalkeepers out there, but he is unbelievable. You always think, how is he there? So it's unbelievable. What a performance. It's just unbelievable. All his chances, he was always with the body behind the ball. I don't know how he do it.
And you've got no Mo Salah, no Roberto Firmino. Liverpool Origi comes in, scores 2 goals. Gini gets off the bench and scores 2 goals. And Trent Alexander with the corner was a little moment of genius.
Oh my God, 100%. Look, we had to be serious when they have the ball, but we needed to be cheeky as well. It was really necessary, because all the how Barcelona defends, all the predictable things, they defend well. That's what we said already before the first game. You need to be unpredictable in moments, and it's difficult. It's easy to ask for. It's much more difficult to do so. But that moment, I saw the ball flying in the goal. I didn't see the corner. Ben Woodburn looked at me and said, "What happened? What happened?" I didn't know who took the corner. I saw it now back. It's unbelievable. What a situation. But it's just a genius moment.
I have a feeling that I could just let you talk all night here, but you're in the final. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Very much. And look at that, the interview giving Jurgen Klopp a deserved round of applause and a deserved hug as well, because this has been, without a shadow of a doubt, we're here until 20 past 10 in the evening. I do apologise for swearing, but you can understand the emotion of it, because he has just, his team have come back from the dead and have absolutely trounced them 4-0, and deservedly so on the balance of play. It's just been, it's been crazy, and this is why Jimmy Greaves said all those years ago on St and Greavesy, it is a funny old game, and he was right. It's just, you cannot legislate for the way this game ebbs and turns and twists, and that's what we love about football, the unpredictability of the game and everything else. It's been an absolute delight to commentate on. It's been a dream of mine. I mean, personally, a commentary, I mean, a lot of great commentators have commentated on great European nights at Anfield, but it's my turn tonight, and my goodness me, the Barcelona fans incidentally are still in the stadium, only for the Liverpool fans obviously to leave, and then there's no obviously clash afterwards in the city centre, in Liverpool's city centre, but they'll be absolutely partying in Albert Dock tonight, the Live and building and everything else. Let's remind you of what happened, shall we? A long time ago, since Origi's 7th minute goal, ball played in, Henderson making a great run, got through 2 defenders, shot came in, goalkeeper dived away to his right, palmed it away with his right hand, but he could only palm it to the left hand side where Divock Origi was waiting on the edge of the 6-yard area, and with his right foot had the easiest tap in. He was onside when Henderson hit it, and that was the easiest goal that Divock had scored in his entire career. Great finish, cool finish, put Liverpool 1-0 into the lead. But even then, he still felt that Barcelona might still be capable, despite their stupid attempts to cheat their way out of it. But at 1-0 it was still anyone's race, and then the genius substitution at half-time. Robertson, who was taken out of the game by a piece of petrol by Suarez, which wasn't punished, but then it was punished even better because Trent Alexander-Arnold got the cross in, and Ronaldo just to the right of the penalty area, about 18 yards from goal, hit the low shot, and there will be questions maybe asked of Andre ter Stegen here in the Barcelona goals. Should he have tried, should he have done better to save that? I think he should have done. I think that was really poor goalkeeping by the Barcelona keeper, and I think he should have kept that out. For me there, that was poor from the Barcelona goalkeeper there. It's at a decent height, he's got down there and it's gone in. Silly poor goalkeeping, but take nothing away from Ronaldo. And then the second one, which really turned the game, Divock Origi, good little ball in there towards the far side, and then it bisected everyone, and then Shaqiri kept it alive, found Milner, and Milner wasn't closed down actually by the Barcelona defence, and then neither was Shaqiri, by the way. And well, he's not the tallest of men, Gini Ronaldo, but he was, you know, static Barcelona defence. Maybe there was zonal marking, but they let Ronaldo go, and they paid the ultimate price. He headed it to the left of the penalty spot, and it went like a rocket into the left hand corner. And then we were all, certainly this commentator was thinking maybe extra time, but there was always a feeling around this famous old ground, Anfield, that there might be a 4th one in the offing. But we also had to agree that Barcelona could still have the quality to score a goal, an away goal, which could have destroyed everything that Liverpool fought hard to get back in for. But it never worked out that way, and Liverpool scored what turned out to be the winning goal around about 12 minutes from the end, and it was that man again, Divock Origi. This was the goal, Alexander-Arnold. It was 11 minutes from the end, 79 minutes when this came in. It was Trent Alexander-Arnold winning the corner, then the ball boys did a genius thing, got the ball back straight away, and then Trent, as he was going to leave it to Shaqiri, spotted Divock Origi in lots of space, and he put the ball in. Barca weren't ready, all over the place, defence and goalkeeper. Referee said, yep, that's fine, we'll take the corner. Nothing wrong with that, well within the rules of the game, and Barcelona got exactly what they deserved, and Liverpool in the end held on for a famous victory. Divock Origi in the wilderness less than 6 days ago, has come out of the Wilderness Cup. The win here against Newcastle on Saturday, which kept them, they went an outside chance at the title. They could still considerably win it if City dropped points, and they beat Wolves here on Sunday evening, or Sunday afternoon I should say. But Barcelona will be furious about that, and it was a piece of pure genius really from Trent Alexander-Arnold, who 18 months ago was a nobody, but what a rise from obscurity, a scouter by birth, a Liverpool fan growing up, and now he's in his second European Cup final. It can't be bad for Trent. He's a star, and I think he'll be a Liverpool, he'll be a legend in these parts for many, many years to come. And well, you've got to say Liverpool played like they wanted it more tonight. Liverpool just, you just got the sense really certainly after 45 minutes that Barcelona were rattled. And the Anfield crowd is like the 12th man, and the 12th man again, the fans were absolutely superb. It was just unbelievable. We've had drama, we've had all sorts. Poor refereeing, it's got to be said, by some of the from Kakira, who really didn't cover himself in glory. But Liverpool rise the worlds above all that nonsense, and now they go to Madrid. Messi did have chances in the game. There was one, I think, just before the break, where I think he got into the edge of the penalty area, and in fact that was one of the chances. In fact, he brought the save. This was earlier on in the first half, left for the strike. Allison saw that very late and tipped it over the crossbar. There was one that just whistled past the left hand post just before the break. Then in the second half he had another great opportunity, and he did well. He wasn't offside in fact, but there was a hint of handball. But again, Allison doing terrifically well, making the block down at his right hand post, the near post, and he knocked, destined maybe to score a club goal for his team at Anfield. Anfield, he can score everywhere else, but he can't score at Anfield, and it's a special kind of player that can do that. But Lionel Messi, not the genius he was last week, that's for sure. They've made him look a right old you know what tonight. But well, hopefully we've got about 2 or 3 minutes of the show to go. This was this actually was the turning point in the first leg, because at 3-0 this goes in, that's it. Dembele in fact missed the opportunity. He hit the shot straight at Alisson, just to the right of the penalty spot. They're just showing there on television. That could have been the turning point maybe of the whole tie, and it's changed, and that's the beauty of football. That goes in a week ago, well, who knows. But Anfield is now absolutely empty. The Barcelona fans have gone home. We're going to try and stay on the air for a little longer, but in fact I think we might as well call it a night. It's been a long night. We started the broadcast off at around about 10 to 8 this evening, not knowing what to expect. We thought Barcelona might come out and do a job, but never back against Liverpool, certainly at Anfield. On one-off nights like this, they certainly come to prosper. What a night it's been. Liverpool left dead and buried a week ago. 3 goals they trailed. That was the aggregate score going into tonight. But Liverpool, Divock Origi, an unlikely hero. Gini Wijnaldum, an unlikely hero. Trent Alexander-Arnold, genius on that winning goal to lay the corner straight into Divock Origi when Barcelona were caught napping. Barcelona tried to do it the wrong way tonight. They tried to play using force at 3-0. They should have done what they did in the first leg. They didn't, and they paid the price. They were rattled. And Liverpool, against all the odds, have done it again. This surely has got to be one of the great European nights of all time. The only disappointment really was the referee. Didn't think he was good enough, but let's not think about that now. Justice was served, justice was done, and Liverpool played the game and won the game. It's finished here at Anfield. Liverpool 4, Barcelona 0 tonight, and Liverpool, against all the odds, go through 5 4-3 rather on aggregate. And that is it for me until Saturday. Oh my goodness, if the championship playoffs on Saturday are anything like this, boy, are we going to have some fun this weekend. So we'll join you for the championship playoffs on Saturday. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the next 2 nights of European action from the other semi-final and the 2 Europa League semi-finals involving Arsenal and Chelsea, and we wish them both the very best of luck as they try to make it an all-English final. We could still have 4 English teams in the 2 European finals. What a prospect that could be. We could have an all-London Europa final if Chelsea and Arsenal get through, and if Spurs overturn that 1-goal deficit tomorrow night, we could have a Liverpool Spurs final. My goodness, what an end to the season. We could have it for English football as well. Anyway, from a very quiet now Anfield that was boisterous about half an hour ago, from me, JB, enjoy the rest of your evening. But Liverpool have pulled off another footballing miracle on another great European night at Anfield, which will surely top the ones that went before them all those years ago. And the super sub, following in the great David Fairclough's footsteps, was Gini Wijnaldum, whose 2 goals at the start of the second half turned the game, and Divock Origi, another unlikely hero, would have braced himself on the winning goal. 2 winning goals in 3 days. It can't get 4 days. It can't get much better than that. But me, JB, on a momentous night for Liverpool Football Club. Take care, and we'll see you on Saturday. Till then, good night.